Good morning, Speed Gaming fans, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, friends and family alike. Welcome to Duck Derby 2025 Race 2, Group 2. My name is Luffy. I am joined in the box by Winfox on this lovely Sunday morning. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there. Winfox, how you doing today?
I am doing great. It's a little early for me, but Duck Derby season. I love this season.
Definitely. Was excited to see you jumping in with me this morning. I knew it's a little early for you, but always a pleasure to hang out with you. We got some interesting party compositions here, right? We want to talk a little bit about the Blursings, what we got going on.
Yeah, so it looks like almost everybody has a black belt. Go over the Blursings real quick, then we'll kind of dive deep into their comps here. So we have the fighter with equip shirt and then plus 20 MDef. We have the thief with resist death and time and plus 10 luck. Black belt with telemagic and plus 10 strength. Red mage, resist, poison, fire, and earth. And then elemental magic, so level 2 magic. White mage with thief sword and heal magic, and the black mage with improved MP and plus warp.
Very strong black mage. We were talking about that early. That plus MP is really great. The plus warp is also awesome. The black belt with telemagic, it's interesting that three of our, restreamers here decided to take one, even with warp on the black mage. Kind of an interesting thought.
Yeah, we were discussing, pre-race. With that warp and the improved MP on the black mage, the black belt may not be necessary. They could have just gone with a fighter instead, or just run a 3-party comp. This one, with the Blursings, kind of favors that 3-party comp of thief, red-black,
yeah,
fighter, red-black.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I like your idea about thief, red-black here. It feels like the party is speed for this kind of a flag set, and this kind of a Blursing combination. Speaking of the flag set, some interesting things going on. Nothing super crazy, except one thing is we have no airship. We're going to be floaterless today, which means we're going to be sailing in boats and rowing canoes.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting adventure. Figure out how to route this seed. We have pretty much every dock turned on.
Tier 2, Life 2. We're off and running. Life 2 is nice there at level 1 white. Good to see. Hint givers are on as well. Key is somewhere. That was a little quick.
It is in Sky, in the incentive chest in the southwest of the star floor.
And then, yep, I didn't see the Sky Palace part. And we got Quake and Rub. Okay. Black Magic leaves us a little wanting.
I mean, we do have that Quaker Rub for Garland to get Garland in and out.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad. We just don't really have any sweepers, which we might struggle with early, but, we still don't know what level 2 is. We could get bailed out with level 2.
And everybody that took a red mage, which looks like most of us here, has the elemental magic all ready to go. So we have some basic tier 2 sweepers, which will help clear that trash mob fights early on.
And the red mage can learn life too, so that is kind of a bonus. So a little bit of a stronger red mage with that life rolling into a slot that it can learn.
Yep, definitely. And level 1, we're going to have plenty of charges for that, and it doesn't really share level with anything either, which is really good.
We have Theanar finishing up Garland, getting the canal. That is our access outside the inner sea, and the rod. Probably the last dungeon we're going to finish. No incentive in rod in the Earth Cave today. Scruff finishing up with his Garland fight.
I think we had 5,000 XP in a box there in Temple of Fiends. That's nice. That should give the party level 4, 5, 6, something like that right across the board. That's nice.
Yeah, that is really nice. Starting off at, like you said, the 4, 5, and 6. We're probably a level 5 off Garland, so
yep,
pretty solid start.
Yep, agreed. With the canal and the rod from the Royals, pretty standard routing here. We're going to head on over, maybe check a few boxes of Matoya, why not, see what we got there, and then just work our way to Provoca, check our tier 2 spells.
Yeah, that looks to be where everyone's going. Scruff making a little detour to Matoya's cave. Not sure if I am in favor of this one. Does get a nice shield, which is alright. Still a little slow. You can usually hold that off until you get the crystal.
Normally, yeah. It's a 50-50 for me whenever I come this way. Like, if I feel like I need a little bit of cash, maybe I save over there in that little desert patch and then go see what it's in the boxes. But, I mean, to your point, it's usually best to route that at a different time. But, 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other.
And we have Theana rolling into the pirates here. We'll see what the incentive is here in a second. Scruff checking magic first. We do get fire too.
Okay.
Not bad.
It's okay. Oh, there we go. Fade's good.
Fade for the white mage.
Mhm.
In slot 2. Pretty sure that is red mage learnable, so anyone with red mage should be fine.
Yeah, Red Mage Large is all of level 2 white, so that's fine.
And we did see a pro ring in that armor shop there.
Okay, Matoya hint there tells us that she has the boat. So we want to really track down that crystal.
So given our current items, I'm going to say Adamant's going to have the ship, or at least the crystal, to get us back to the ship. Or we get the canoe and we're diving a high-level dungeon kind of early.
Yeah, it's, let's talk a little bit real quick, like you said, about kind of the mode that we got going on here with the docks and everything. So the early open progression's on. We can walk over to dwarfs. That's awesome. Extended open progression is also on, so we can keep walking all the way down to Elflin. We have the river docks on for the Gaia Mountain Pass, the Fane River Dock, the Bahamut Cardia Dock, the Ryukon Desert Dock, and the River to Melman's on. That's a tricky one. Sometimes you can forget that's there, especially because it's a little bit north of the Dwarf Cave, so you don't normally see it on your screen. That's an easy one to forget about. But with a floaterless action here, we're going to definitely need to remember that that's there.
Yeah, like you said there, that in extended open, we're going to be using it today. We're going straight down to Elflin with that early.
Hooray Dwarf as well, love it.
Hooray Dwarf, and we got a silver +4 bracelet in those dwarf chests.
That's nice.
Really solid starting early armor. Alright, so we have Scruff and Dan are heading down to Elflin, probably turning that herb, checking level 3 and 4 magic. Over on the right side of the screen, looks like we have Billick and Sir Tablat in Provoca, taking care of the pirates, getting that hint for the ship, and getting their level 2 magic.
It's okay level 2 magic. Fade is great, with the white mage and the red mage. That's awesome. And the fire 2 is okay as well for the black mage. That's going to help out in an ice cave dive. We don't need to worry about Marsh. Marsh isn't incentivized. Fire 2 is, air quote, the weaker of the tier 2 sweepers, but it's still pretty useful for the stuff we're going to be running into in the short term here.
Yeah, looking at level 3, we got a pretty expensive lightning 3. And a Brack. Scruff having that white mage gets to take advantage of that harm 3, the improved harm 3.
Ooh. Fast and temper, sharing level 4. That's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, you're right. It is okay. We're only gonna have one main attacker, and those who went red and black are going to be fine. Scruff, on the other hand, is going to have to be more cognizant of his magic.
Yeah. Alright, let's make a cup of tea for the prince, try to wake him up, and we get ourselves a crown. Okay.
A lot of early key items.
Yeah.
Instead of having to dive dungeons, so we're gonna get that scaling XP pretty quick, it looks like.
Yep, 10% per key item is nice, and we've already got a couple here, so definitely feeling pretty good about where we're at. Hey, there's that crystal.
And Scruff taking down Astos there, getting the crystal. He's probably gonna run back up, get that ship, and we are out of the inner seed. probably roughly 8.5 minutes ish.
That's pretty good. Last night, they didn't get the ship till almost about 35, 40 minutes in because they had to keep rowing everywhere. We had an early canoe last night. So you take the good with the bad when that happens in this kind of a flag set. So the early ship is nice, and we're really kind of limited on what we can do here. I think our first stop's going to probably be Crescent and check whatever item is there from the sages and the hint giver.
We have that, and I think that's all we have. Actually,
Yeah,
that's literally all we
me
have.
too. I think so. Yeah, there's no reason to really go to Earth Cave. There is no key item there. You can do it, but why? At least right now. So yeah,
looks like we're gonna get a vanilla canoe more than likely.
Yeah, either that or is there another turn in? Maybe the TNT.
Yeah, TNT. I mean, we could get the ruby and send us over to Stardust.
Yeah.
There's that as well.
Yeah, we're really starting to get pigeonholed in here and do a certain couple of things, though. Ooh, ogres and grogers have blaze. That's uncomfortable, but at least you don't see them a whole lot in the later dungeons. So that'll make Earth Cave a little sticky, but hopefully we're there with the levels where it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Alright, and at 9 minutes, Thanar is out of the Inner Sea.
Mm-hmm. Can head on down to Crescent. Makes sense. We were saying this is probably the only thing we can do that makes any kind of strategic sense. Although, no. Look at this. He's actually going, we can check Bahamut. We do have Bahamut Horde on.
Oh, I completely forgot about Bahamut.
So did I. Okay, now if this is the canoe, this could be interesting.
Yeah, I was about to make a pathing choice if he was going to Crescent, that it looked like he was going to wrap around through the south end when he could have just world wrapped to the west straight to it. But no, this is actually a really solid choice. We have warp to get out really fast.
Yeah. Bunch of free boxes. We can get some, maybe there's an XP box, and let's see if this is, canoe / tail, could be interesting. Oh yeah, lots of XP here. There's that canoe. How about it?
Wow, that is
nice.
an amazing play.
Yep. I totally forgot this was on after we just talked about the map edits too.
So yeah, gets the canoe, gets roughly 9,000 experience on everybody, a bunch of gold.
Yep. Looks like we're heading over to Onrak Continent now as well.
I like it because you're right there, but I also don't like it because if the shop item's up here in either here or the caravan shop, you're not going to be able to buy it more than likely.
Yeah. Houses for 2,200 is not the worst I've seen, but that's not where we want to see it. It's okay again.
Yeah, 2,200, you're probably only going to buy like 10 for the entire seed, and that's
usually that's all you'll need, but I'm the kind of guy that I always like to buy 10 to 15 as soon as I can and not have to worry about it. I hate having to buy 1 or 2 and ration them, and it's just like, but whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. A couple encounters here in Waterfall for Thanar, getting some jerk birds.
Yep, like you do.
Gruff making the opposite play and heading over to Sages. Hopefully this pays out for him. Gets a bottle. Okay. Hear me out, Luffy.
I am hearing you out.
I like this, knowing now that we know where the bottle's at, this routing-wise is going to pay off better for Scruff than it will Thanar.
Yep, it will.
Because he will get the canoe and immediately go up to that river dock and turn the bottle in.
Yep. That's going to be nice. Saracen in chat pointing out tail in volcano, so that's good information to have. Floor 6, I think, as well. That's got to be the Agama floor.
Yeah, that's the Agama floor for sure.
$84 roll fade on that green dragon. No, thank you.
Okay, so we have the canoe. We're open up to pretty much everything in the world at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally just chasing down your logic at this point,
Mm-hmm.
which is waterfall, volcano, and ice.
Yep.
And Gaia for the bottle. That's pretty much all we have,
Mm-hmm.
knowledge-wise across all runners.
All right, Billick gonna be picking up their canoe as well. I missed what the robot had because I'm looking at everything. Ice Armor +5 is pretty cool. Oh, we didn't talk to him, that's why. Or we did. I missed it. Oh, the Opal -2? Well, it's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah.
We'll probably ditch it at some point.
Maybe if we need money, we can sell it. We can always put it on the thief or a mage. It's a fine piece of armor, but it's all right.
Yeah, Saracen pointing out resettable waterfall. I definitely would have got that open and immediately reset out.
Yeah.
I probably would have checked the chest as well. Be like, if you spike a ribbon, then
Yeah.
you're probably walking it out. But after the chest, you're definitely resetting it.
Okay, so no shop item here at the caravan either, which means our shop item is either going to be at Crescent if we didn't check it, which I'm sure Tob has already checked and probably not there. So that means it's probably in Gaia.
Yeah, that means this.
Yuck.
Well, it could roll up to what is it, like 62,000?
Yeah, somewhere in there. Scruff making the Earth play. Oh.
Yeah, that's a lit 3 bowl. No
Yeah. Okay, we're going back in. One more try, I guess. If I see another something in here that's spooky, already knowing that we have our ogres and grogers with blaze, with our bulls with lit 3, like this feels every bit of the fact that like you get down to floor 4 and suddenly die. Like I do not like the idea of going here right now.
Alright, update. The loot's in Crescent for 22,000.
Oh, okay. Silver's +4 for sale for 2K or so over there, and Melman is also pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a +4, which is even better. So that's actually a solid buy for the entire party.
We only got one more shot of fade here too from Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna. I don't know about going all the way down here. Maybe we're just coming to kill the vampire and warp out. I don't know.
It's a play. I know, Scruff is one of my good IRL friends. I'm the one that got him into this randomizer. He did say coming into the Duck Derby that he knew Floater this week was going to be his weakest week.
It's definitely a different play style. You really gotta have some crisp routing. You gotta really plan a couple steps ahead here, just to really think about it. It's definitely a different style of play. Billick making the Ice Cave play. First one we're seeing going over here.
Yeah, we definitely hit that point where everyone is scattered. Every play that is made is considered right, but could also be wrong.
Yep. Ice Cave here makes a lot of sense to me. Like, I'm feeling a lot more like this is something we're going to have to do. There's going to be an item in here that's going to be some kind of useful. I very much don't think this is a dud.
I'm going to say it's probably going to end up being another fetch quest.
Yeah, I'm feeling like TNT. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Maybe we get ourselves a slab here because we can turn that in as well, but this is going to be fetch or something. It's not going to be a dungeon item.
No, not at all.
I don't think so anyway.
This also pairs out really well. You can head up do Volcano afterwards.
Yeah.
And then all you have left is the northern part of the map where you can turn in the tail, turn in the bottle, and then continue that chain you're likely going to get. Chime and Cube, Oxyel, and just lets you continue the channel across the northern hemisphere.
Mm-hmm. All right, Thanar grabbing a few levels on their party. Level 15 across the board, and now going to dive into Earth Cave as well.
I think we also forgot to mention. I think this is the only week where we have unrunnable. You know, like there's fights we can't run from.
Yep. All right. Someone's taking a nap there for Billick. Something killed him, and I'm not sure what it was.
He's just running a 3-man comp.
I thought he had a fourth party member down on the ground. I could be wrong. Yeah, the white mage is down.
Okay.
Okay. That's a pretty good spike tile there. Zombie dragons, the 1 to 2 zombie dragons are... Alright, well, never mind.
I mean, we found a better one, so...
Yeah, never mind.
I think once everyone finds their way over to ice, everyone may spend a tiny bit of time in here.
Yeah. I think the black belt comps here sit on this eye and, do their thing. Otherwise, why else are you taking a black belt?
Exactly, yeah, I think... you're going to get enough key items. And there's a ribbon in that room. And that's the non-incentivized ribbon mint.
Yeah.
That was not...
No jingle there.
The extended chime.
Yeah. No fanfare. Okay, so Ice Cave, good play, so far. And Scruff Ninja Tuna takes out Lich. One of the scariest things in Earth Cave was not Lich, and that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was all the ogres and the bulls.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright, so we have the grind tile for the black belt comps.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I would say this, but I think the black belt comps may end up pulling ahead in the long run.
Yeah, there's an advantage here for them decisively, with that tile being... It's in a great spot, too, because they can, take care of killing off the rest of the party on the damage tiles there, so they can get solo black belt very quickly. And it's a squishy eye, and it's free. So, yeah. About to take off for these black belts.
And, and they can just ignore encounters by just moving in and out of the doorway.
Yep.
You'll never get encounters in a doorway. So, it's as free of a grind as we're going to see in most seeds.
Yep. Don't think we've come across the item there yet, so it's probably on this last drop-down floor. Ooh, Gersharks have Blaze too? No, thank you.
Alright, who rolled this seed? Who we get a blame for the Blaze?
I mean, usually there's only one person who... Hey, look, there's that TNT we talked about.
Yep, there it is.
Makes sense.
Alright, so we know where the key is at. That's probably going to be the last item we get, is that key.
I think so, yeah. Unless there's a strange world where the Oxyel is locked inside of Canaria and we have to go and do Sky before we do Sea and things are even sadder. Like, who knows?
There's all that extended, unneeded movement,
Yeah. Scruff Ninja Tuna giving us our look at ordeals over here. Seems like a fairly quick pillar maze.
Yeah, I mean, he was in there. I saw him go in there. Next thing I know,
he's on the right path there, yeah.
In the last room.
Alright, gargoyles on that spike tile. No, thank you. Billick, I think, going to go res their party, the 2 mages that went down, and maybe we make our play to Volcano. I mean, we're right here, right?
I can see that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's the only one that's going to want that tail from Volcano.
Mm-hmm. Huh, okay. Ruby from Ordeals, so we're going to keep on fetching.
That's an oof for all of our Earth Cave players.
Yep, it is. Oh, what a cool little color composition there on Sir Tabalot's Lich.
I actually enjoy that one.
That is nice.
Little undead sand demon look. That's
cool. That's neat. I like that. Alright, Mr. Scruff gonna go into Waterfall, get the bad news about the Opal Bracelet. Maybe they reset out of here. Alright, TNT feels like, I don't know. What do you think? Maybe this is like Slab or something?
the Oxio.
It's just the ribbon. Oh dear.
Oh wow.
Yuck. Wow. So okay, our bottle feels like it's starting to feel like that's the progression, and that alone, and the shop item. Oh dear.
The shop's the loot, so that gives us.
Oh yeah,
something.
you're right. Oh wow. Yuck.
So okay, so what is this gonna give us? So bottle's gonna lead to slab to Oxale
Yeah.
to chime, and the cube is.
Well, we're gonna have to run into the key. Canaria Locked has something now. I think that's pretty much guaranteed. The key has to be blocking some kind of dungeon access. Whether that's the Oxiel or the cube remains to be seen.
Oh yeah, so we're definitely going to be going into air before it's probably the Oxio.
It probably is. Blue steak over there for Theanar. Delicious. Not sure if that was off a hard reset or whatever, too, but I mean, we found the eye tile, but if that was a fairly quick overworld encounter for the blue steak.
Nope, he just checked it.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, if that was off the hard reset, that would have been
nice, too.
Really good grind, too.
Yeah, I would absolutely say advantage black belt at that point. Ooh, oh yeah, that's right, we found our shop item. I gotta start remembering what we were talking about. Okay, shout out real quick to our unsung hero as well, Mecklin, doing the tracking for us. Really appreciate it. The notes are great, keeping everything straight for us. Starting to have the Oxy or the Cube, yeah.
Alright, so the Oxyel is on the bottle. I forgot about Sarda. That's probably going to be... We're probably going to get Chime in water, Cube in Sarda, and the key leads to nothing. It's going to lead to that Massa.
It could. The key either is nothing or it leads to the Massa. Yeah, I'm under the impression. You think so?
It has to be the Massa.
The Massa could be in C, maybe?
No, it cannot.
No, it can't.
Because all we have left is Sarda and water.
Yeah.
Chime and Cube.
Wow. Okay. How about that?
Which means our black belt runners aren't going to worry about that key. Billick, on the other hand, he's going to promote. He's going to get that Massa. So now that we pretty much know, as viewers and commentators, the route that this seed is going to play out at this point, it's just a matter of who gets there faster.
Yeah. This is now 25 minutes in an exercise in routing and pathing. We put the pieces together. The breadcrumbs are there. We just got to figure out the correct way to go about it now.
Yeah, as viewers and commentators, we know the path, but do the runners know the path? Have they put the pieces together? Do they know they are essentially in good mode now that they know the path? And can they route it efficiently?
Alright, Mr. Scruff gonna head over, gonna go into Ice Cave, gonna get their TNT and the disappointment of a ribbon, but we'll be happy that they're gonna probably at least have 2 ribbons coming out of here.
Honestly,
and I think they sit on the eye
bad.
too. I think they sit on the eye too, right? They took a black belt.
Yeah, Scruff took a black belt.
Yeah.
Billick's the only one within quote normal comp, but
okay.
That telemagic just pulled a lot of players in.
Yeah, it's great. It's one of the few blursings that when I see it on, any party member, no matter what, I consider it. It's a very strong thing to have. Hello, Ink. Thank you for the raid. Welcome to Duck Derby 2025 Game 2 Race 2 of Final Fantasy Randomizer.
Always appreciate all the raids, especially here.
Of course. Billick finding their blue steak. I'm disappointed with the sprite choice, though. It needs to be steak. Steak is food.
Alright, I'd like to point out in Ice Cave the race have Blizzard, so that's just another yuck spell.
Yeah. Like, there's always something in Ice Cave that makes it a bad time.
Yeah, there is. I mean, we haven't found that nuke yet. It's only
We
a matter of
haven't.
time.
It is. Alright, yep, there's the Yoxiel from the bottle. Just gotta see what Grandpa's got. Somebody go to Sarda. Alright, Thanar gonna give us our first look at Sarda here.
It's gonna be Chimer Cube.
Yeah.
Still hasn't done that TNT chain yet.
Right. And if they haven't, like, this would be good routing for them again, because they'll be able to river dock it over there. That improved MP on the Black Mage is so strong. They have 9 charges of warp at like level 14, 15. And their warp is level 9 because they started with it. That's cute.
Look, we just forgot about something. It's going to make this even more gross of a chain. We still have a slab somewhere in this chain.
No, dear. Alright, what do we got? Okay.
Alright, so that means we're going to have slab in water. That'll lead to the chime.
Mm-hmm.
That'll get us into air to get the key to get the masa.
Yeah, wow. I mean, is this even with where the chime's going to be? That's cute.
Alright, Scruff finding the eye. Is he going to take the grind?
I don't see why you don't. I mean, if you don't sit on this, why did you bring the black belt? They're squishy too.
His black belt's already punching for
Mm-hmm.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yep, looks like he is setting up for the damage.
Yep, there we go.
Alright.
Okay.
Disclaimer, probably going to ignore Scruff for about the next 3 minutes.
Yeah, I would say level 16. They're going to get about, what, 6,000 to 8,000 XP per fight. This should be pretty quick, yeah.
Yeah, 3 to 5 minutes at most.
Yeah.
Alright, so now he needs to move that black belt down to slot 4 and just kind of let the eye punch the rest of the party down.
Of course it punches the black belt.
Like, all of his casters are all level 16, so they're going to have access all the way up to level 6 magic.
Yeah. Alright, Thanar into the Sea Shrine, going to the mermaid side first.
Alright, so with the random incentive in Sea Shrine, typically you want to go left side first.
Mm-hmm.
That way it's the direction of where Kraken is at. If your incentive's on the left side, you don't have to go back in for the right side.
Mm-hmm.
Which is typically why you want to go left side first.
Mm-hmm. To equate that to something else that people who watch randomizers might think of, I would think of that a lot like Swamp Palace in Link to the Past. Like, do you want to go left side swamp? You usually try to avoid doing that at all times, right?
You just never go left side.
Yeah, see? My point exactly.
You know, like as someone who's been running the game for 6 years, you just never go left side.
Oh, it's a Masa +5 too.
Wow, that is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I think even the people that didn't take a black, or that took a black belt might want to pick that up if it's on their way somewhere. All right, party down for Scruff. Yeah, 7,600. There's 6 hits right there at level 21. 36, 37 minutes. He should be finished.
Yeah, easily.
All right, so what do they have left to do? So I don't think they've turned in their Ruby yet.
All right, this is also going to work out really well for Scruff because when he's done, he can just exit out.
Yep. Telemagic on the black belt coming into play.
All right, this is more or less a PSA to all ducklings. If you're doing a black belt grind, move it out of the first slot. You want to move it anywhere that's not slot 1.
Yeah.
It's going to hit level 26, and that eye is going to start running because you're going to morale break it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to start wasting time.
Mm-hmm. It's just good habit to always keep your melee grind in slot 4. Just leave it down there. You can have a thief. You can still keep the thief in slot 1. Even when it's dead, it'll try to give you initiative in the fights. There's just little party composition tricks and places to put your party members, like when Fox was saying there. Just stuff to think about when you hit that competitive race setting, should you decide to go that route.
Yeah. Sarah's in chat saying, do we 100% know the route for Slab TNT key? Billick already has the TNT.
Yeah, TNT was in Ice Cave.
Which leads to the ribbon.
Yeah.
So we definitely know it's going to be Slab into Chime.
Mm-hmm. It's level 28. 30. Okay, yeah, even better.
Wow, yeah, this is going to be really fast.
Okay.
You know, honestly, I would
could
to 32.
You could. I was just thinking the same thing. We have fast. You know, the boss scaling is 70 to 150, so we don't even have a really spooky thought of, you know, Chaos last night had, I think, less than 3,000 HP. So
yeah, even at 32, a fast in a single temper, that's still a 2-shot.
Yeah. Okay, I don't think Billick's come across the item yet. So
and apparently we missed a hint for the chime is on the slab turn in. Mechlin, our tracker, pointing out in chat.
Again,
we did see a hint. We missed it.
Again, shout out to Mechlin. Thank you very much for keeping us on task here. And Scruff just gonna go to 42. We're just going. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it, but
unnecessary maybe. It's a strange thing. I feel like I'm a black belt runner. I like that. They're my preferred melee. I have difficulty even myself stopping at 32 when I know that I can. I get it. And it's not going to take that long. We'll be done with this in less than a minute.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, I know this last winter tournament, the egregious amount of forced black belts.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I had a forced black belt, I was like, I just took it to 48 because I didn't want to deal with ribbon shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently it becomes just an auto ribbon at 48.
Alright, so they are on Kraken here. We found a defense sword somewhere along the way, which is helping that thief. We're doing chip damage. And we're still swinging a nunchuck on that black belt. This is scary.
Oh, Scruff's running out. He hasn't found the TNT yet. So he's going to find that TNT and then probably exit.
Yeah.
He's the grind.
Yeah, it's in the last room, so he'll get it as they go. It seems like an all melee Kraken too.
Oh, it's Kraken. Yeah, it's very punchy and it looks like it's hitting really hard.
Yep. 2 hits 60. 2 hits 36. That's so sketchy.
All right.
And Billick, same thing for Billick here, 1-on-1 with Kraken.
So this might be an opportunity where we bring up the rarely mentioned Oslotto paradox.
Yeah.
If everyone doesn't know, Oslotto, one of the programmers for this game, amazing guy.
Yep.
A race a couple years ago, he decided to take on Chaos, hit the crit loop glitch on Chaos, and was hitting, I think it was like 20-something damage against
Yeah,
Chaos.
like 2 hits, 21 damage or something like that.
And it was like a super skilled up Chaos. It would have been faster for him to just reset and do all of Topher again instead of sit there for literally 20 minutes fighting Chaos.
Yeah. 6 hits, 29 damage, Saracen says in the chat. It was like a 12-minute Chaos fight or something. It was ridiculous.
There's in roughly 8.5 minutes. Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah. All right, Billick through Kraken. Thanar hanging tough here. There's been a couple of big swings by this thief, and oh! Okay.
That's
on me. That's on me. I apologize. That's on me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a horrible time loss.
Yeah.
It still hasn't found the key item yet in there, or maybe they did.
Maybe they did. That's so rude. Like, someone clip that. I am so sorry, Thanar. That was 8 hits, 85 damage too on an 80 HP thief that was dodgy.
With full evade stacks. That is, that I feel so bad. That feels bad.
I'm sorry. You can't equate things with wings. That's not how that works.
Well, apparently Scruff is on Carrie, and Carrie's dead. Yeah, that happened.
Well, we're about to see why this black belt is just gonna, any routing choices that put Scruff behind, if they figured out the puzzle here, is gonna start really. The distance is gonna be closing very quickly.
Let's see. He has the loot. He knows all he has left is. Oh wow, what does he have left? Don't turn the TNT, get his ribbon. He's not gonna care. Yeah, I'm betting Scruff is finished in the next 10 to 12 minutes.
Yeah, I would say so. Again, it's just feeling like a sub-hour floaterless seed with a black belt, nonetheless. I mean, it just goes to show you, when you find the correct grind tile, you don't leave it.
And it's short Topher on top of that. Yeah, this is going to be done really fast.
Yeah, that's a 90-second Topher with a level 42 black belt with this kind of scaling. It's just going to come down to turn order.
Like, it's literally going to be a fight. Wait. That's what he's going to do on the Fiends. He might throw up maybe an Invis too.
No, the debate that we were having earlier about how it's an okay thing, but not. Something. The Scorpions or Bulls also had damage poison.
Fun.
Yeah, but the debate earlier of whether or not the fast and temper sharing a level was going to really matter is now pretty much gone, because we're not even going to be needing temper. We just fast the black belt and it's over.
Yeah, we have 4 charges of it, 5 charges of it now. At this point, we don't care.
Yeah.
With the lowered scaling of the Fiends, This is gonna be very fast.
Mm-hmm. All right, Tob going through as well. They did not take their levels on the spike tile. They had to have seen that eye. Maybe they're trying to get the item first.
Maybe?
We'll see, because they're on the floor where the item is, and they haven't gotten it yet.
I mean, the black belt has enough charges to warp back up and then exit when they're done.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even if you path it normal drop down wise, you're gonna end up right where you need to be again as well. So we'll just see. I don't see them leaving without taking their levels. Is my point.
All right, Scruff getting that cube from Sarda. Probably gonna head up, do water, get that slab, do the slab chain into air.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay, we're just not gonna take the eye. No big deal. I mean, if they got the hint for the Masa +5, I'm not sure if they did. They don't need to take the black belt to 42.
No, I mean they could just rely on the thief with the Masa.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there are still options out there.
Yeah.
But if you have a black belt and you find the eye, or you find another like equivalent grind tile, like Gershark Big Eyes, things like that, you're gonna take those grinds.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's could just be an experience and knowledge thing. Just doesn't know that the eye is the preferred. There's a lot of variables that could be going through Tob's head right now.
Mm-hmm. Pick up their loot. I mean, grabbing key items too gives a little bit of boon to that XP.
They are checking for the desert grind. Every quadrant was Ankleos.
Yeah. Oops, all Ankleos, yeah.
And there's still 2 more quadrants outside the desert he could check. We know he checked one of them earlier, and it was more Ankleos.
Mm-hmm.
There's just that small little southwest area on the continent he could check. Alright, we have Billick in Earth Cave. Gonna be taking out Lich here in just a minute. Still has not purchased the loot or forgot where it was at. Hopefully it's just hasn't purchased it because they still have to do Volcano.
Probably. All right, key for Thanar there, I believe, out of Sky.
It's Thanar in go mode.
Yep.
Now just has to finish up the rest of the orbs, and then into Topher, but still really low level. What? Getting the key and leaving.
Okay. Maybe. Mechlin, a tracker, pointing out maybe they are leaving and grabbing that Masa.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. I could see them wanting to do that. It looks like they're looking to beeline straight for Cornelia. Oh, we're heading to Volcano.
Okay.
For the tail?
Gruff over here going through Kraken side.
unfortunately isn't going to find the key item. It is over on the right side.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they don't know about the eye spike tile yet. Fiera Star says.
Oh, because they don't have the TNT, so that would make
Mm-hmm.
sense.
Yep. Yep.
This is looking like definitely advantage, at least for our restreamers. Advantage Scruff right now.
Yep.
Getting bullied by those snakes here in water.
How rude. Bane Sword +5 is, it's a weapon that's out there.
It's alright.
Yeah.
I mean, we have
It's
a
for
Masa +5.
free charges of Bane, if nothing else.
See, like, I'm one of the players that's in that boat. I get that sword and it immediately just gets sold to a vendor because it sells for a decent amount.
It usually does, yeah. It's got halfway decent crit on it too. Like, it can be used as an endgame weapon. Like it's doable, but I mean it usually ends up as vendor fodder to your point because I want to buy something.
Yeah. Scruff, One Punch Man doing his job.
Oh yeah.
On Kraken.
I'm gonna go res the party. Makes sense to me. We're gonna save at the end of shame.
It's awkward, but that's like surprisingly oh so slightly faster to save at the end than just walking out and tenting.
It's crazy, right?
Even though it only saves like a second and a half, it's still
Yeah,
faster.
It still is. That's the funny thing. I just can't do it. I can't bring myself to save that in unless I really have to.
Alright, so we have Scruff here, back in water, gonna head to the right side. Get that chime.
And that'll be their go mode as well. Ooh, power bonk and the hairpins. I think I saw chat point that out earlier. I didn't see where it was.
Yeah, someone grabbed it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it was probably Scruff, because he was one of the first people.
Ah, yes.
Into Volcano. Alright. Another PSA for the ducklings. If you're going right side in water, the chest on the left side of the right side, the second floor here, do those on the far left last.
Mm-hmm.
There's a higher density of chests in the mermaid floor, and it's more than likely going to be in the mermaid floor.
Mm-hmm.
So just hug the right side, check the couple chests on the right side in this floor, and then go to mermaids, and then if you have to, warp out, and then go to those two chests on the left.
Mm-hmm. It's just good pathing that way. You want to go to the dense locations. Like you put together the puzzle, you know it's over here. Don't slog yourself through this room here. Just go where all the boxes are.
Alright, well the defense sword is literally right next to the slab. Yeah. That is alright.
I think everybody gets that unless you go left to right for those chests, and then you still probably open all three of them anyway. So everybody should get that.
Yeah, I mean, if you just stop at the slab, you're missing out.
Yeah.
On that defense sword, and apparently Scruff has a Sun Sword +3. Don't know where it was at, but he has one.
Okay, that's something else for the red mage to swing, if nothing else.
Except he doesn't have one.
Oh, no, you're right. Never mind. Again, vendor fodder.
Yeah. Alright, so Scruff doing the awkward slab chain to get that chime. Alright, so we were thinking he was going to finish in like 52 to 55 minutes. This is actually going to be a bit longer because the routing to get everything he needs was a lot longer than I think we anticipated.
Yeah, it was clunky to go around, and that's not their fault. We can still sub-hour this. So, you know, Sky is a very, very fast dungeon if you're go-moding it.
Yeah, oh, it's incredibly fast. It is
Mhm.
probably the fastest, surprisingly the fastest one of
Mhm.
all 4.
Even Sea Shrine, honestly, is not that bad when you're go-moding it. Earth is just always terrible.
Yeah. I mean, Sea Shrine, you have all those like smaller floors
Yeah.
on the left side that make it slightly longer, but they're only like 8 to 10 tile floors, so it's not that bad.
Mm-hmm. PCM in chat. Yeah, there's been a little bit of vanilla the last couple days going on with the Ducks, which is fine. You know, they have to realize that happens.
It happens a lot more
It
frequently
does.
than it feels like.
Yep. All right. Scruff getting their go mode. We're just going to go right over to Air and Sky and Billick working their way through Tia. This is going to be a bit of a race here. We're going to have a volcano versus Mirage climb in our future here. I still feel advantage Ninja Tuna though. That black belt, huge advantage.
Yeah, like he found that grind at like the perfect time
Yeah.
when he had like a very solid amount of key items to get the grind going much faster.
Mm-hmm.
It's in ice, so you have the damage tiles to get your party down. It just worked out so well for that time that he was in there.
Okay.
It looks like Billick just has Volcano left. He's on relatively good pace, not that far behind Scruff, you know, all things considering. Tob just looking for that slab, clearing out this second floor before going straight to Mermaids.
It's been well routed by our runners here. You know, floaterless, it's an execution and routing. You know, we've said it a few times. All right, key for Scruff here. Metal slimes, no thank you.
I mean, I guess you just prep a nuke in case you get turn order,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he has levels to cast that nuke is kind of surprising.
Well, the improved MP gives they have 9 charges of it no matter what.
Yeah,
How
you're
funny
right.
is that, right?
Yeah,
It's
the
so
improved MP
crazy.
is equal to level 1 magic, yeah.
And I saw them. I was like, why would you pick that up at level 7? Then I remembered, oh wait, they got improved MP. They already have full charges.
Oh, that means even if Fast was at level 7, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yep. This is a very, very strong black mage.
You know, for like the crazy runners, you know, borderline going like Thief double black and just saying forget the heal magic.
Yeah. I can't tell what would have been faster here. If it would have been Thief red black like we were thinking earlier, or if these black belts really are going to make the difference. Like I'm not sure.
I would still, just because I'm biased, I'm still going to give favor to the 3-party Thief comp.
Mm-hmm.
Less characters, faster XP growth on all 3.
Yep.
you know where the moss is at, so you're guaranteed to grab it before going into Topher.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably going to get the power bonk because it's en route. You're going to get the defense sword because it's en route. You have all these key items that are en route for combat.
Yep.
That I'm probably still going to give it to that thief comp.
Probably. The only thing that is making this a question really at all is the fact that eye was completely free. If you don't find that, like, you know, the zombie dragons would have been fine. The zombie dragon, the 1 to 2 zombie dragon we saw before the eye tile, that's a good vanilla tile. That's the one that's in ordeals. It's underlooked because you don't think about taking your levels there, but it can definitely work. So we would have had something for the black belt to be able to be okay. But, you know, I think you're right. I think the thief with the 2 casters would have been just a little bit quicker.
Scruff busting the orb 58-37. We are in Topher, sub-hour. So we're looking, this is going to be extremely tight for that sub-hour. He's going to have to one-shot every fiend.
Yep. Turn order here. It's wait, punch, wait, or wait, punch, wait fast, you know, whatever. Kelly takes a punch there.
Wow.
Okay.
It's going to be a true 2-turn. There goes your life caster. I don't think you honestly care.
I don't think so either. I think you just still go. Alright, well...
just as long as your fast caster's alive, like, do you honestly care? Alright, now you care a bit.
You might care a little bit now. We still have a defense sword, so this is still okay. This is a lot less safe now, though.
I mean, we're not likely to die to any instant death abilities, just
True.
because of the level, like that.
Yeah, I think that's like a turn 1 vanilla bane there, too. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it is. Tia still goes down in 2 hits. That's still really good. Coming up to chaos here.
Yeah. I think you throw... You take a swing here, you punch right away to see how that works out. You see what chaos does. You don't even worry about defensing up here. You just try to punch.
Alright, Scruff almost equipping the ribbon. Probably realizing that's a bad idea. 7 hits, 7 6. Ooh, Cure 4. Alright, we found the Cure 4. It's early. That's not bad.
You like that.
You know, a couple more hits are totaling about 500 damage. He's very spell happy. Next hit, 9 hits, 603. Where's hold A and pray? 7 hits, 698. I think is what that was. Tech's going pretty fast. 7 hits, 454. 6
there you
3. That is a dead chaos. That's rolled really low.
GG's.
GG's. Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna finishing first on the restream, first overall for the 2nd week in a row. Finishing with a 1 hour, 49 seconds.
That's still close enough to sub-hour-esque. That's good. That's a really good time with a black belt nonetheless. Very strong. GG's.
Yeah, a black belt in what most people would consider a non-black belt flag set.
Yep. Billick saw a nuclear there from Lich, so you're already seeing the little bit of a difference here of the black belt versus the fighter comp, because we didn't even see a turn from Lich with the black belt.
Yeah, I think turn order for Scruff was just punch and used it.
And we are joined in the booth by Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna, our first place finisher on stream, first place overall as well. GG's.
GG. One of these. Oh, and I should have took these great Medusas so well.
Alright, Scruff, so we gotta ask, black belt. Why? You know, we were talking in the booth for a while about the black belt versus going that thief comp.
I was waffling when I saw the blessings and saw that fighter was kind of useless. Thief was good. I was like, I was tempted to go ahead and do that. Just do thief, caster,
There's
but
the key.
that warp.
Oh yeah, that was
sorry,
the
the
vanilla
telly
location.
magic plus the 10 strength. I was like, all right, I
Rock
gotta go with the black belt. I hate black belt, but I gotta go with it and hope I find a good grind tile.
Alright, so I'm gonna drop a little bit of knowledge. Strength does nothing for the black belt.
Only when
Oh.
it swings a weapon. Like, it'll help you in the early game if you want to swing an iron stick or if you
Ooh.
want to swing the nunchucks.
Like someone
it'll
finished
add a little
first
bit
and
more
right at an
behind
hour.
that. But it doesn't do
Or-
anything unarmed, which is an interesting
1 hour and
little bit of
49
knowledge
seconds.
when Fox is dropping for you.
Well, now I know. Thank
I'm
you.
building up.
But
Mhm.
still,
So-
that tele magic was awesome.
It's always nice to see Telemagic, yeah.
So yeah, that was actually really solid. Another thing is the black mage with warp and improved MP. You could probably just run it with just warp the whole way through.
Mhm.
It's been fine, but you ran black belt, you ran it perfectly. It showed you've won your second race in a row in the Duck Derby.
Mhm.
Honestly, I'm surprised on that. Like, I think I barely got first week just because of the bad damage rolls from one of my opponents, because I shouldn't have won that first week. But this one, I feel confident that I actually did pretty good.
All right, Billick, on to Tia 2. You can definitely see the difference here. Like we said already, the black belt versus the non-black belt. Like, this is a pretty strong fighter party here. This is not unsafe by any means, and they're already having a little bit of trouble. These last couple fiends were not kind.
I think I saw an Excalibur -3 in his inventory when he was in the item menu there in that combat. Don't know where he got it.
I don't know. That's a sword that exists.
There were weapons in this game?
Fist is all you need.
Necklin Tracker saying the Excalibur was in two of her chests. Okay.
Oh, what? Okay, yeah. Now, I'm a big fan of Tob's color combinations they have going on these bosses. Like, that's a cool looking Tiamat too. Alright, Chaos has Blaze. Heal Stick coming out for Billick. Gonna try to top up a little bit. Invis 2 coming out. Evasion is good. Swing from that Masa. 9 hits, 419. Chaos had an early Cure 4. I'm assuming we've seen that already.
I would hope so. He's fully buffed up that fighter at this point.
More Heal Sticks. Life 2 because we can. There's the Cure 4. Okay, so resing that Black Mage. If we can fire out a few Tempers, maybe get a fast off, which I think we've had already, seeing how the swing amounts we're getting. A Lockdown, that's fine. That also works.
You know, solid idea, especially if you have that fast and a couple Tempers out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 10 hits, 712. Lock 2, Invis 2.
I don't see this chaos lasting
Yeah.
maybe at most 2 or 3 more turns.
Fire 2 does Fire 2 things. More Heal Stick. Just keeping the party topped up enough. Fade because we have the spare. 81 damage. Fade does its thing. 660 on the swing. Now we're going to Temper. Temper goes off. Good turn order. Fade comes out. Lightning 2. 10 hits, 1283. Down goes Chaos. Get your GGs out in chat for Billick. Finishing with a official race time .gg time of 1 hour, 7 minutes, 6 seconds. GG. That is good enough for 4th overall. I'm sorry. Golden Shocker, 2nd place, 1 hour, 3 minutes, 15 seconds, and 1 free fit in 3rd place at 106.55. Very close there. between One Free Fits and Billick.
Alright, we'll see if Billick will join us here for an interview as soon as he gets that invite.
They're in setup. I'll grab them. And we are joined in the chat by Billick. GG's.
Hello, thanks.
So tell us, how do you feel the seed was? What did you think about Floaterless?
It went okay-ish. I did a few practice seeds with the floaterless, so that helped, I think. I don't know. I think I played it okay. Like, my pathing is still terrible. My menuing is still terrible. But, like, overall, overall strategy, I think that was fine.
I think you routed that really well. Winfox and I were saying the whole time that you guys did a really good job of kind of just following the breadcrumbs the seed was giving you. You really pathed correctly. There was a little bit of clunkiness at the end for some of you on the last few turn-ins, but that was nobody's fault. That was just the seed saying, hey, things were fast, but now they're not. So it was really well routed. You did not take a black belt. Most of our other runners on stream did. What was the reasoning behind that? I'm curious.
I definitely considered it. I almost took it. I actually had a black belt selected, and I changed my mind at the last minute. Two things. I saw that one of the reasons I wanted to take the black belt is it had the telemagic, but I saw that the black mage also had a warp, so that pushed me over to the black mage. Also, I'm more used to playing with that party, so those were kind of the considerations. But I did definitely consider the black belt. That Cure 4 was fun. Chaos.
At least it was a little on the early side, right? It was one of the first couple turns. But yeah, Chaos is he's always gonna do Chaos things.
Dude, those early monsters with the sleep and the blaze and the
Welcome to what you will affectionately be known, if you haven't known already, what a Danny seed is. Danny are one of our lovely admins and has a history of rolling seeds that are creative at best.
Yeah, that was my walk of shame. Ended up saving an elf, but didn't save after killing Astros. So found out the hard way that Great Ogres had the blaze.
Yeah. And both of our other runners here in Temple of Fiends, Sir Tob on Chaos, Thanar on Kelly 2. Down goes the black belt. That's okay. We got life 2 anyway.
You know, Luke, we've been commenting all race about the color combinations of the Fiends on Sir Toblot's side. This Chaos is hard to look at. That is bright.
That is a tough Chaos. I was just thinking that. Like, it's an interesting color combination. It's different. I haven't seen it before. It's well drawn, but boy, that's a loud Chaos. Nine punches, 478. More tempers. We're going to cure even because we have the ability to do that. Another punch. 9 hits, 762. Down goes the Black Mage. Black Mage has done everything they could. 10 hits, 240 from that Coral Sword. Lightning 2, sure. Another swing by that Coral Sword. 7 hits, 157. This punch should probably do it. 9 hits, 759. GG's. Down goes Chaos for Sir Tobalot. Finishing with a racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 12 minutes, 18 seconds. Good enough for 6th place overall. GG's. In 5th place, Laser with a time of 108.46 GGs. See if they want to jump in for an interview too once they get the invite. So while we're waiting for Sir Tob to come on in here, Mr. Scruff and Billick, you both in here. How do you guys have felt the Derby has gone the first couple weeks here? How you liking what's going through your head? How do you feel about the competition so far? What are you thinking?
It's a fun tournament. I mean, not super prepared for it. I hadn't played any seeds between the last year's tournament and the start of the boot camp, so I've just kind of been de-rusting. But I'm pretty happy with fourth today. Like I'm not expecting to make the final four, so just trying to finish every seed and do the best I can.
I've been liking it.
Yeah, definitely been a good tournament so far. Like you were saying, Bill, like just having fun. If you're not having fun, then why even playing? Like, it's a competition, sure, but you want to enjoy it and have a good time and learn a little bit. You're still de-resting, like you said, but I thought you looked really good out there tonight. This morning. It was a really good routing for a floaterless seed for sure.
All right, guys, that was fun.
Welcome, Sir Tabala GGs. Welcome to the booth.
Thank you. That was a fun seed.
How did you feel it went? Like, floaterless is definitely a different kind of approach to the game here, and you routed that very well, I thought, throughout the seed as well. A lot of good stuff from our runners today. So tell us a little bit about the seed. How do you think it went? What were some of your thoughts?
I was doing good until I kind of got lost there for a second because I forgot about the Dragon Sword item. So I went to Earth early. And while going to Earth, I was like, oh shit, I forgot about the Bahamut Sword item. And besides that, I think I did fairly well. Maybe a few small routing mistakes besides that, but overall good. I was debating whether or not to take the fighter or the black belt, but I thought with the black belt there'd be less items to check and less likely of me getting a crappy weapon and having to deal with that.
The telling magic on the black belt also made them pretty enticing, and a lot of our runners we saw took the black belt, and it makes sense. The free, I don't know if you saw, but the eye was in Ice Cave and a free spike tile. So some of us took, I think Mr. Scruff took it to 42, and it was pretty accessible for everybody. So definitely the black belt paid off this time around.
Yeah, I took that eye fight 2 or 3 times just to level up a little bit, but I didn't want to waste too much time doing that at the time because I still had 3 or 4 characters up at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I could have ran in the lava till I was down, but I thought it was going to take too long. It might have paid off, but...
The ice tiles there that you could have used in the damage down. It's. I think we saw Scruff do that, and it was a way to do it. It's something to think about next time when you have a black belt. It's a free place to do that with the damage tiles there. But so definitely something to think about for next time.
Yeah, I usually just walk grind.
Mm-hmm.
So since I had my black mage die before I went through sea and sky, that kind of helped out a little bit.
Okay, and with that, I think we had a forfeit by Theonar saying, nope, they don't want to do that again. I don't blame him. That was a tough couple of fiends there at the end for that party he had right going on.
Yeah, it looked like he just ran Thief, Black Belt, and then a Black Mage, and that was it. I mean, we know he had the White Mage, but he never brought it back up ever.
So... with that, the race is concluded, so GG's to all our runners. Winfox, you got any more questions for the people in the booth here before we maybe kick it around to them and some final thoughts?
No questions specifically. I think we can just kick it off to final thoughts here, unless Leonard wants to join us for an interview.
Oh yeah, they should get an invite, right?
Yeah, now that he's DNF'd in the race room.
I'm not sure how that
Invite.
works with one of those.
I have no idea. I just know whenever I do
Well-
a race, it's just I get the invite.
We'll hang here for a bit. We'll kick around the final thoughts. We'll see if Dayanar is able to jump in here and join us. So let's start with Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna. First place overall. GG's again. Some final thoughts.
I'm glad I now know that Strength Plus on a black belt does jack all. But I'm also excited. Like, this is a fun seed. I'm excited for next week.
Awesome, definitely. Billick, same question. Final thoughts.
I just want to comment on how the defense sword saved my bacon against, I think it was the carry fight. No, not the carry, Kraken fight. I ended up taking about 12 rounds to finish that fight and dodging everything. That was pretty scary, but that worked out.
I think you and Dayanar were on that fight at the same time, and both of you were defensed up, and they got a little unlucky through a crit from Kraken. So it was, the defense sword, everybody had it, but it was unfortunate how that went down for them. All right, so Sir Tabalot, final thoughts, please.
It was a fun seed. I'm gonna be ready for next week. Probably should have did a little bit more practice, but I'll be ready for next week.
Awesome. We're not going to be able to get Dayanar in here. No worries at all. Good race. Definitely a tough way to take, things at the end there, but that's okay. Winfox, any other final thoughts before we give Speed Gaming back their channel? This was great to hang out with you this morning, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Second time we've done comms together. It's always a lot of fun doing comms with you, Luffy. Yeah, I think we're good to wrap this up. This ends week 2 of the Duck Derby. Next week, we have a spicy flag, so we have entrance floor shuffle.
Ooh,
So,
very fun. Fun.
This is definitely one of the more advanced flag sets the Ducks are going to see for this Duck Derby. Do not be afraid to ask veterans for this flag set. Even for some veterans, this can get a little out there. So. Ask questions, do a lot of practice. I know we have the weekly race tomorrow evening. I think it's at 9 p.m. I want to say. Don't quote me though. Could be 9 p.m. Could be 10 p.m. I don't know. But yeah, definitely do practice this week. All the Ducks. It is a fun flag set. We're gonna be gaming their channel back. Mecklin doing the tracking in the background, tracking 4 racers today. Amazing job, Mecklin. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Speed Gaming, for offering up Speed Gaming Prime this morning for this race. GG to all the Ducks. Great job today. Great showing. Luffy, again, thank you. Co-commentary today. Talking about the flags, talking about everything we do here. Good luck, everyone, in the future races. We'll see everyone next weekend.